What's good, my booskies? I'm Kotton Kitti, and you're in Kotton Kitty's Corner, where we're just gonna sit back and vibe and just connect for a moment. So, take a deep breath, forget your worries for a moment, and let's just chill for a second. Allow this mental relief. Thank you for tuning into my podcast. I appreciate your kinetic energy. I got some good vibes ahead, so stick around and let's create a soul soothing atmosphere together. Welcome to Mental Health Mondays, where we discuss everything dealing with mental health and tips, tricks, kind of best practices. We're going to be dealing with how to combat that age-old depression. Sometimes, especially around this time of year, it shows itself up as seasonal acute depression, or SAD, SAD. And I think around this time it's really important to get out the house, get some fresh air if you can. I know it's a little hard with it being a pandemic, or maybe you're working or have small children. Make a family event if you have to, but get outside, get some fresh air, see the neighborhood, watch the trees turn, admire nature and its beauty as it prepares for the cold snap to come. I'm in Georgia, so I don't have to worry about too much cold, but I won't mock you too much. Yeah, so one thing that I found that works best for me is to really just appreciate the surroundings. The days are shorter, the nights are longer. We're more so to be under a cloud bank. So I think just appreciating the nice cool breeze, maybe step outside on your patio, your back porch, or if you don't have one of those things, maybe just sit by the window and crack it a little bit to get a nice cool breeze to circulate through the home, get some fresh air in, and maybe sip a cup of coffee, and maybe you like tea. I like tea and coffee. I don't discriminate against either. But yeah, get a hot beverage or some cocoa and just be in the moment. Allow yourself to be in the moment. Make sure you're fostering those hobbies. Absolutely, I'm a big fan of fostering hobbies. If you are a puzzle goer, this is the time to get different types of puzzles because, well, as we all know, the holidays are coming up. Christmas is coming around. There's new stock out there in the stores. You can get you some puzzles, maybe learn a new puzzle. I'm a big fan of Sudoku. I love number puzzles. If you're into model making, get some clay, put those hands to work, sculpt. Maybe you like to paint. Maybe you've always wanted to dive into painting. This would be the time to foster those hobbies. Get the mind off of that seasonal sadness that can happen around this time. And it's okay to do that. It's okay to take time out for yourself with some arts and crafts. I know I do it myself. I'm better with my hands. So anything that I can do with my hands, whether it's pottery or painting or just drawing, doodling. Sometimes I just break out my color pencils and nice little detailed coloring book and just allow the time to pass and allow my mind to be at ease and to kind of escape the mood that I'm in. So that's one of the main things that we do when we're trying to help with that type of depression, that type of seasonal depression. We need to conquer those small little moments. Celebrate those small victories. If you could go 5 minutes without having those bad thoughts, you've won. You're winning your battle. And you just take that and you try to build off of it. Remember, the goal is to just be better than we was yesterday. You know, we're not in competition with anyone but ourselves. We want to be the best us that we can be, right? So that's what we're doing. We're doing that with our mental health. So you do well for 5 minutes now, and maybe in the next hour you can do well for 10 more. So we just want to build upon that. Another thing is to, make sure you have your family and friends that you can talk to. Or if you have a licensed psychologist or therapist or counselor in some shape, form, or fashion, we want to make sure that we're using our complete support system. Just be careful, everyone that has a listening ear does not have a helpful suggestion. Everybody that has a listening ear does not have a shoulder to lean on. So just make sure you're being careful with the energies that you're sharing your energy with. I'm a huge believer in energy. I love protecting my energy. I like to have a peaceful home if I can. I'm lucky to be able to have a peaceful home. I work very hard at creating a peaceful home. It does make a difference during these times, because when I want to take a nice long hot bubble bath and maybe put on some John Coltrane or even Kareem Bailey Ray, I know that I can take that deep breath, because I do have a nice peaceful home. If your home's a little bit more chaotic, try to just find a peaceful 20 minutes, a peaceful hour. It may have to be after everyone's gone to bed, or it may have to be before everyone's waking up. Or if you're working from home and everyone else is outside of the home, it may be during that time. Also, another suggestion is to, have your spouse take the kids on a ice cream run, on a grocery store run, or maybe to the park so you can have some time to yourself. I really hope and pray that you have a partner that will help with creating beautiful vibes for yourself, and you guys can do that for one another. So I really do hope you have that in your life. If you don't, then we're going to speak it and manifest it. Because we control our energies. We control the energies that come to us. We control the thoughts in our heads. Although sometimes it doesn't seem that way. But we do. It's up to us. It's a little harder to take control, but I think we can do it. I've been working hard at it myself. I speak from experience. Now, mind you, I'm not a licensed therapist, counselor, or psychologist. I'm just your average Joe Schmo that has had first-hand account in dealing with mental illness and battling depression. It's not easy, but it is doable. And with the right nurturing, the right fostering, the right support system, and more than anything else, with participation and work, you can do it. I have faith you can do it. We're going to create the atmosphere where you can be successful in doing it. I believe in you. I hope you believe in you too. Okay, well, the next topic that we're going to talk about when it comes to mental health is meditation. Meditation. I don't profess to be an expert in the art of meditation, but I do know that meditation come in many shapes, forms, and fashions. Some people consider prayer to be meditation or a form of meditation, and that's when you go to your center place. That's when you go to your quiet place. They may call it the quiet room, the prayer room, the altar, whichever you prefer, whichever one resonates with your soul. Make sure to go there often to recenter, recalibrate. I mean, you get your car tuned up regularly. Why not tune up your mind? Why not tune up your soul? We tune up our bodies. We got to nurture all of us, be 100 and be complete about ourselves, about our health. Mental health is part of that as well. So what I like to do when I'm meditating, I do let the people that contact me the most, I let them know that I will not be available for a little while. My meditations usually last maybe 20 minutes, depending on how off-kiltered I may feel, probably about a half an hour. I usually allow my body to let me know when I'm recalibrated and re-energized to re-enter the world. One of the things that I found when I was meditating is in the beginning, it shocked me. It shocked me a lot when my body started to move as it adjusted my soul. So, rocking side to side. Sometimes it was back and forth. Other times it was in a circular motion. I would be in the middle of my meditation, the middle of centering myself. And I would find myself recalibrating in the physical realm as my soul recalibrated in the metaphysical. It was quite the experience. I didn't know that that was a thing. And as I dived more and more into the world, I noticed my research came up that that's a pretty good thing. So look into it if you find yourself meditating in your centered place and recalibrating your chakras, and you find yourself swaying. Notice the direction that you're swaying in and find out what it means. I think each direction or each type of sway may mean something different. It is quite fascinating, to be honest. It is quite fascinating to be a part of. Meditating also, you may want to come up with a mantra. You don't have to. You can hum. You can listen to silence. You can listen to maybe the hum of the air conditioner or your ceiling fan or maybe that leaky faucet in the bathroom. Whatever has a rhythm to it, I say give it a go. If you have some nature music around, feel free to use that. Whatever it is that's going to allow you to relax your shoulders, straighten your spine, have your neck erect and forward. Anything that's going to get you to that place where you can just decompress. That's what we want. We want that sudden relief, that inner soul decompression. We want to feel that we are centered and planted where we sit. You may get that sensation as well where you feel really grounded. It's okay. Feel grounded where you are. Feel at one with where you sit, because it's connecting you to everything that's around you. If you hear the birds chirping, let it engulf you. If you hear the vibrations of the city beneath your feet, allow it to take you and transport you. Whatever you need to do, your body will tell you at that very moment. And you'll realize you've been meditating for 20, 30 minutes straight, and you're just rocking side to side, back and forth, round and round. And as you become more acclimated with your meditation, you'll notice the rocking may subside a bit. And that's okay. It's because you may not need as deep as a tune-up as you once did. And that lets you know that you are gaining control of your inner self. And that's what that all about, isn't it? It's what it's all about. It's controlling that inner self, and you can do it. I know you can. So make sure when you are meditating, you do have your time to do so. You do have your quiet to do so. You do have that steady sound that can help you easily transport from that inner peaceful place right back into the physical world. I do like to listen to meditation sounds. I'll just find a random one that I like on YouTube, or I'll find some sounds of nature, like the rain falling against a tin roof is my favorite sound. Oh, I love it. Or maybe the waves crashing against rocks, or maybe you like the sound of the birds in a forest, deep forest, the sounds. Whichever one that makes you feel whole, makes you feel like you taking a deep breath and giving out a relief of all the stress for your day. That's what you want. You want that to have you grounded. You want that to be your guiding force. And you want to do your best to keep your mind clear. Oh, that's going to be so hard. If you're anything like me, if you're anything like this Gemini here, your mind stays crowded, and that can be a downfall of depression. Is that your mind is crowded with all these thoughts, and what makes it depressing is that none of them are good thoughts. So we need to learn how to clear our mind, and sometimes you have to take control and say, mind, shut up, stop thinking, or focus on one image. I like to focus on an image, whether it be the image of a rose. I'll take that one image, and I'll just look at it, and I think of nothing but that image. And when something starts to try to creep in, I snatch it back away to that image until I no longer need that image anymore. And all I hear is the sounds that surround me, not the thoughts of the day. Did I turn off the pot, or did I submit that report on time, or did I take out the food for the kids? Nothing. You don't want any of that stuff there. You want to make sure you're doing your breathing exercise. Inhale. Exhale. Keep doing it. Breathe into your belly. Don't breathe into the chest. Breathe into the belly and watch how quickly everything dissipates. And that's what we want in our meditation. That's how we recalibrate. Okay, next that's on our Mental Health Monday list is the most important part in tackling your mental health, depression, anxiety, those type of things. One thing that you really, really want to keep in mind is you have to be present in your treatment. You have to be present in your behaviors and how you treat others, how you come off to others, what your triggers are about, what triggers you, what are your reactions. You have to be very, very present in yourself, in your own treatment, because without that indication, you're not really doing the work. It's hard, but you can do it. I know you can. I have faith that you can. We have to make sure that while we're not at our best, when we don't feel our best and we're trying everything in our power to be better, to get better, we have to make sure that not only are we controlling our thoughts and doing things that promote that positive thinking, making sure we take the time out to give ourselves that self-care and to meditate and to recalibrate, but we definitely, definitely want to be present. You want to know how you are affecting those that surround you. When we don't give ourselves the excuse to mistreat others, when we don't give ourselves the excuse to allow this part of our lives to dictate the rest of our lives, then we ultimately take control of our own actions, our behaviors, our mental health. We become conquerors. You can be a conqueror too. If you know that when you're depressed, you're a little bit more snappy than usual, and you feel that depression, you're like, oh, I know I don't feel good, and everything feels colorless, drabby. I'm not finding interest in, my hobbies anymore. It's okay to let the people around you know that you need a little bit of extra alone time, that you need a little bit of extra understanding during this time, and that if you need to excuse yourself, it's so that you can take care of your own emotion. It's not to be negative towards anyone or standoffish towards anyone or not deal with the situation at hand. Is that during this time when I don't feel my best, I just need a little bit extra time to gather my thoughts, calm my nerves, to be able to approach the situation with better eyes, with better intent. It's okay to let the people around you know this. It's okay to communicate with them about this. Hopefully you have people that surround you that are receptive, and I know that some of us do not. But remember, we can't control anyone else. The only people we can control is ourselves and how we react to certain things. And it's okay to have your boundaries. And it's okay to say no. It's okay to, I need to be at home for a little while. I need some Hallmark movies or Lifetime movies, or maybe even bad action films. Maybe you're into bad horror films, and some, terrible food like popcorn and chocolate bars. If you need that for a night, give it to yourself for a night. Don't apologize for it. We need what we need. I know that sometimes myself, when I'm feeling a little bit overwhelmed from being overly social, I'm a natural introvert, but sometimes I have to be an extrovert. The world calls for me to be adaptable. But when I'm an extrovert, it affects me a little different. So if I need to lay down, I'll lay down. If I need to take a nap, I'll take a nap. If I need to just go off to my own little corner, the Cotton Kitty corner, and be in my own little chair, I'll do that as well, because that's what I need for the moment. I'll take my deep breath, recenter myself, go and complete my evening of socialized activities. And I know that the next 3 days are going to be just for me. It has to be. That's what I need in order to survive. And it's imperative that I get it. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with knowing that I need recuperation after a big social night. I'm okay with knowing that I need that. I'm okay with shutting off the world for the next few days so that I can be a complete me again. And I won't apologize for that. I'll ask the people around me to understand. I'll ask them to respect it. And I'll allow them to check in. I will. I'll be honest. It's okay if you send me a text message to say, hey, I'm just checking in on you to see how you're doing. I'm okay with that. I'll shoot you a text back. I'm okay. Just getting me some R&R. And I won't apologize for it. I won't. I'm okay with that. I hope that the people around me is okay with that. But it's not necessary for them to be okay with that, because that's what I need to survive. You just have to respect it. So it's okay to be that way. It's okay to set those boundaries, and it's okay to do what it is that your body is telling you that it needs to have done at the moment. Sometimes you just may need a nice hot shower, and that'll do the trick. And if that's what you need and it's the middle of the day and you typically don't take showers at that time, who cares? Go take the shower. Go do it. Go do it. Sometimes that's all I need is a washed face or a fresh shower in the middle of the day. Whatever I need at that moment, whatever my body is telling me to do at that moment, I'll give it to myself. Sometimes it is a sacrifice to have that mentality, but it works. I deserve it. Out of all the hard work I put into life, I deserve it. And I think you do too, my booskies. So thank you so much for tuning in into Cotton Kitty's Corner, where today we talked about Monday mental health and how to be better than we was yesterday, how to combat that seasonal acute depression, or maybe you have full-blown depression. I myself suffer from bipolar disorder, so I have those down times, I have those up times, and I'm hoping that in the upcoming episodes that I can share with you some of my ups, some of my downs, and how I get through them, how I cope, and how I deal and overcome. I don't mind sharing all good news with my booskies. That's what I'm here for. So that's all the time we have here in Cotton Kitty's Corner. I hope you enjoyed the vibe and setting the atmosphere with me. I hope you're leaving here a little bit better than how you came. I really do hope you enjoy spending the last half an hour with me, because I definitely enjoy spending my last half an hour with you. So until next time, my booskies, stay lovely, stay humble, and definitely collect that vibe.